I'm pretty sure this is the bow. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Oh, it is the bow! Great! We found the fairy bow. Cool. We finally have what we need in order to progress further. And it works exactly the same as the slingshot. Hold down the button and shoot, basically. And aim with the control stick, naturally. So I believe this door marks our way forward, but we don't actually want to go forward. Experience tells me that I should immediately head backwards. But first... Oh, we have 49 Skulltulas, that's nice. We're going to equip the bow and arrow to deal with the Poes hidden in the paintings, because they are the ones that stole the fire at the beginning of this dungeon. So, if I stand right about here and take a look... There we go. We want to go ahead and shoot that with our bow. And then shoot this one. Now, if you get too close, they'll jump to a different painting, but when there's only one painting left, it's trapped and can't go anywhere. So then we shoot it one more time, and we now have to fight it. Cool. I think it's just gonna go downstairs, actually. So this one's name is Joelle, one of the Poe sisters. Aim for her when she appears. Wow, I'm stuttering so badly. I am so sorry. But I'm gonna use a little trick to beat these really fast. I'm gonna combine Deku Nuts with Bigoron's sword. So once they turn invisible, use a Deku Nut to stun them and make them be visible again, then perform a jump attack. And I actually want her to come back down the stairs, because I don't like fighting on the stairs. That's absolutely ridiculous. Or maybe I'm better off not even targeting. I don't know. Can you please stop doing that? Hurry up and disappear. I want you to disappear so I can do that. Pow! And with only 2 jump strikes from Bigoron's sword, she's defeated. I'm not sure how many it would take with the Master Sword, but mathematically that should be 4 jump strikes, right? Because Bigoron's sword does double damage, if I remember correctly. So let's see what we have in here. We have another small key. So now that we have the bow, experience, I don't know how you would figure this out on your first try, but experience is telling me that I should continue backtracking until I get back to the ice switch at the entrance to the twisted hallway. So that's where I'm going now. Back through the twisted... I probably should have used Furor's Wind to create a shortcut for myself, but hey, whatever, what are you gonna do? I probably did that last time too, and honestly, it's not that far of a walk. So let's go ahead and shoot this, and this should untwist the hallway and make it perfectly straight. Yeah, isn't that crazy? So at this point, we want to go back through the door. I am going to have to come back here to retwist the hallway, I believe, so I believe I actually will use Furor's Wind to put a checkpoint here. So we go ahead and do that. And I'm going to have to re-equip the bow, because who am I kidding, I'm going to need it again. So now we want to head through the now perfectly straight hallway back into this room, but we are in here at a different angle, and we actually get the boss key already. Isn't that amazing? We've barely even started this dungeon, and we've already got the boss key. Which I guess also is a new mechanic to the dungeon. Along with the small keys, we now need a boss key in order to get into the chamber where the boss lurks. So now we have that. And believe it or not, we actually want to drop down this hole, even though that seems counterproductive. Maybe. Not even sure. Can I use Deku Nuts to stun these guys? Oh, that is so handy. Now that's how you kill bubbles. That is a whole lot easier. So we've got nuts and no chests? Really? Okay, so all it did was open the door and let us out. The funny thing is, I really don't know the layout of the dungeon very well, but I have a routine that allows me to beat it. I know exactly where to go, which way to turn, for the most part. But up here, we have a gold Skulltula, so let's go ahead and collect that. And when walking on these narrow platforms, you want to be really careful, otherwise you will fall down, and it may take you a while to get back here once you've fallen down. And, like, I'd have to remember which way I went, and... Oh, please jump! I really don't like narrow ledges, to be honest. Get out of my way. Gosh, look at all these nuts I don't need, but I'm glad to be back at maximum, because I do use them a lot when fighting the Poes. But before we go through this door, we actually want to turn and go through this door first. It could be a real hard decision if you've never played before, and you're like, oh gosh, which door do I go through first? And what is this? This is a Floor Master. When it splits up, destroy all the pieces before they reunite. So this is actually where Din's Fire comes in really handy. Of course, when it's glowing green, it's invincible. I may need to switch back to the Master Sword for this so I can actually use my shield, so let's go ahead and do that. Aha, the shield lowers its defense. So now let's use Din's Fire to kill all the little parts before they get away and reunite. Oh, I got it. I remember in my original playthrough I only killed 2 of them, which was so anticlimactic. But yeah, that was a pretty easy fight, to be honest, and it refills our magic power, which is really convenient, because we used quite a bit for Furor's Wind, and then quite a bit for Din's Fire, so now we're back at maximum, which is always nice. And here we have another small key. Isn't that amazing? Yep, we're once again collecting small keys, I guess, only this time I don't think we're actually going to get 3 of them. If I remember correctly, it's time to use Furor's Wind and teleport back to where I was. Yeah, I believe so. Because I could walk back, or I could teleport back. So, one moment, and now when we use Furor's Wind again, you can return to the warp point, dispel the warp point, or exit. So in this case, we are going to return to the warp point. Aw, yeah. And as we can see, the hallway is still straightened out. So I believe we want to go back through the hallway, and shoot the switch again to make the hallway twisted again. Tricky, huh? So now that that is taken care of, we're gonna head on through the door and see what awaits us once again. So at this point, we're going back to where we fought the first Poe, and we're finally gonna progress. Because after we beat the first Poe, we need to backtrack to get keys, as you have just seen. So now we want to head all the way back down the stairs. And yeah, this is where we got a small key. And in the next room is where we got the bow. Wow, that was quite a long trip if you ask me. Oh, and these pots don't give me anything because I've already smashed them before and I haven't saved and reset or anything, so they're all useless now. Anyway, we are finally continuing hunting down Poes. Okay, there we go, I'm back at max health. Now it's the same deal again with the Poes hiding in the darn paintings. So once again, I'm going to stand by this one, pull out my bow, and shoot that one. It's literally the same thing for the first 3 Poes. I think the final Poe is actually different and fights differently. But we'll see that when it comes up. So once we've shot the 3rd one, we once again get to take down one of the Poe sisters. I still have the Master Sword, don't I? To do maximum damage, I really should switch back to Bigoron's sword at this point, so that I can take them down in only 2 hits instead of 4, because who has time for 4? I mean, really. Well, I tried to block, but that's never gonna work. There we go. That's actually how fast it can be done when you do it right. Just real quickly like that. Do. Like I said, I can play that on the piano, and for that, I'm actually very proud of myself. It took me quite a while to memorize the... Is it 7 or 8? I think it's actually 8. Let me count. Yeah, it's 8 notes long. I remember I didn't even know how many notes were in that darn thing until I learned how to play it. I actually had to count what I was playing, and I was like, aha, it's 8 notes. I remember I looked up some tutorial on YouTube. I actually can't remember whose channel it was on, but yeah. I looked up a tutorial to learn how to play the Zelda Puzzle Solve jingle on piano. Anyway, now, we have the compass. Finally! I love the compass. I hate not having the compass so much. But I think the red carpet here indicates that this is... No, actually the compass tells me that I entered the room this way. Wow, thank you, compass. I was about to go the wrong way again. So we actually want to head back upstairs, and then we're actually progressing in the right direction. And gosh, how long have I been recording? I'm not even sure. This is going on a bit long, but... I do kind of want to finish the whole dungeon in one run. It's not that long, is it? I don't remember it being this long. Anyway, once again, watch for shadows of monsters that hang from the ceiling, yeah. If the other ones were floor masters, these I think are called wall masters, even though they drop from the ceiling rather than the wall. But with a tricky jump, we can actually avoid having to climb a ladder because that takes a lot of time. And it's a good thing we have one small key left, because there's one more door here for us to unlock. And I think using the bow is actually easier to kill these than using the hookshot. So I should probably just do that. And I think I should identify these on the way back, because I'm pretty sure they'll respawn. I think they're just called green bubbles or something. But we have a very interesting puzzle in here. And there's two different ways you can do this. There is a frozen thing up there to melt, and you can either go stand there and use dense fire, or you can do it the cool, tricky way and shoot an arrow through the lit torch on the center platform. So if the first method fails, I'm just going to use the second. Oh wow, I got it on the first try. I'm so proud of myself. That's nice. Now once again with the twisting up of a hallway. Fascinating. So there's the switch. Can I explore this room? There's some pots down there. I'm curious to know what's in them. Yes, smash all the pots. So we got a rupee and refill on arrows. Oh yeah, excellent. Oh great, how do we get back up? There's no... Oh, there's a ladder here. No, they wouldn't have you get stuck like that. That would suck. Oh man. Well, you know, honestly, if I was stuck, I could cast Furor's Wind and then immediately use it, and it would teleport me back up to the last door I came through, but... Let's face it, that would be overkill when there's a ladder for us. So what are these called again? Aha, green bubbles. Use your sword when its green fire vanishes. Or you can just shoot it in the face with an arrow because no one has time for that. Huh. How does the arrow miss if I'm targeted? Shouldn't it never miss? I think they fixed that in Majora's Mask, because the arrow flies a lot faster, or maybe it's instantaneous or something. But I think there is actually another hole in the floor here, and yeah, we do need to fall through this, because I think that's the only other way to go that we haven't been yet. Whoa, the ceiling's falling down. But first I am so curious to know what is out here. I think I remember, but I want to check anyway. Aha, I remember this. I don't think there's actually any reason for me to come this way, because I already got the chest and the gold skulltula that were here, because that's where we're at right now. But I think if we play the Scarecrow song, we actually create a shortcut for ourselves that we could use later, maybe? I don't know, and then, are there blocks of time here, I think? Oh, I see, I know why Pierre is here. You can go down, get the chest and gold skulltula, and then use Pierre to get back up. But since we've already done that, there's no need, so I might as well go ahead and head back. Alright. We've got this. Oh no, the ceiling's falling down. And Navi even tells us, "Your mom, watch out! The ceiling is falling down." I want to see if I can just run through this and not have to kill all the skulltulas that are hanging out. I see all their shadows, so I should be able to avoid them and get to this switch here. What does that do? Okay, that opens the door up ahead. Very handy. Okay, so if I once again avoid the skulltulas, and there's a treasure chest here. I think it just contains arrows, which we currently don't need because we're at maximum, but let's face it, I'm not going to come back here to get arrows when I need them, so I might as well just open this chest now. I don't like to leave any chest unopened, because it shows up on the map once we have the compass. Oh, and here we are, we found the third Poe. But the question is, how do we make it appear? Oh, same as before, shoot a painting, but this time there's only one, not three. Ah, the blocks fall from the sky, and now we've got to match them up. So we really don't have much time for this, but if we move quickly, it should be fine. Oh, Link pushes these so slowly. Why do they go so slowly? They're not even that big. Oh well, I've got this. Oh, they're perfectly... Oh, crap! I gotta pull it back. And this one doesn't even belong. We gotta get it out of the way. Get out the way, blue Poe block. 1, 2, 3? Yes? Alright, forward we go. 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. Wow, we actually have a lot of time for this now that I think about it. Yeah, we've got this. It's not going to take us 20 seconds to push the last one. Who was I kidding? And if you fail, it just starts over. I don't think you lose health or anything. Oh, I can still use my shield before I draw my sword. I should keep that in mind. Oh, crap, I don't have my nuts. I gotta re-equip my nuts. There we go. Kapow. 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 Die! Oh, wow. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Arrows are once again refilled. Always nice. And what are in these pots? I was hoping for a fairy. I was getting ready to pause and equip my bottle. Oh well, we don't need fairies. I have so much health. It's not crucial if I get a fairy, because I really don't think I'm going to die at any point during this playthrough, because when I get all the heart pieces and heart containers, I'd become truly overpowered and nigh indestructible. Ah yes, here we are back in the main room. Ready to fight the final Poe, actually. Wow. We are finally getting somewhere with this dungeon. And if I've been recording too long, I think I'll just split this up into 2 episodes. I'll see how long it is later on. Oh crap, I didn't see which one it was. I'm gonna take a guess. Only one of them is the real Poe. Well, 50-50 chance. Wow, I got it wrong. Okay, this time I gotta pay attention to which one spins around it first. Okay, so 4 of them will appear. The one to my left just spun. Why was I using arrows? The hook shot is actually the better option because it's free and it's just as effective. This time it's this one here. Gotcha! Ha 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 ha! Who do you think you're tricking? Goku used that in Dragon Ball. It's like the oldest trick in the book. Wait, is Dragon Ball older than this? Or is this older than Dragon Ball? Oh man, I don't even know. I feel so uninformed now. Oh well. Of course, then again, I did make a minor Skyrim reference in my original playthrough, and Skyrim is obviously much newer than Ocarina of Time. In fact, the boss of the Fire Temple is a dragon, and I'm really thinking that I'm just gonna put in the Skyrim theme while I'm fighting it, because I think that would be epic. I don't know if it's actually a good idea, but I think it's a good idea. What do others think? I guess you could leave a comment. Although the Fire Temple is kind of far away, because we probably do have, like, a lot of side questing to do after I finish the Forest Temple. But now that we've defeated the 4th Poe, we can finally use this elevator. Oh yeah. And the gameplay mechanic in this room is that the whole room can be made to spin. So we can actually grab these walls here. It may take you a little while to figure this out your first time through. But we actually do want to spin the room counterclockwise, I believe. I think that's the right way. I don't know if it matters. I just always go counterclockwise. Because I think I beat it once, I decided to go counterclockwise, and it worked well, so then it stuck in my mind, always turn the room counterclockwise. Or clockwise if you're in the Mirrored Master Quest version, I suppose. But yeah, let's just go ahead and spin it again. The same direction, obviously, otherwise we would just be wasting time by pushing it backwards. So yeah, if you are going to go one way or the other, at least remember which way you're going. That way, it won't be annoying to have to keep pushing it back and forth to figure out what you're doing wrong, if anything. So that opened another door. Each one of these switches opens one of the doors, and every time we spin the room, it, like, changes where the doors are, or something like that. Yeah, the doors actually move. Well, the holes in the wall move, because the whole room spins, except for the floor. And while it's spinning, I actually can't move, so if you're wondering why I'm standing still, it's because I don't have a choice. But yeah, if we get this Skulltula out of our way and open this chest, what do we even get? Probably just arrows, right? All bets are on arrows! Okay, yeah, it was arrows. Not as many as I thought, but still arrows, so I was right. And we can hear this thing from like a mile away. Holy crap, it's loud. It's like a cicada. And I just want to double check something real quick. That's right, the Skulltula icon next to Forest Temple means I got all the Skulltulas in the dungeon, and I do indeed have 51, so I was right! Oh yeah, I love being right sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. So I think that's it for that. We want to spin the room again, as usual. The room is spinning. It's the final inning. What does this do? Okay. Straight ahead is the boss door, am I right? Alright, we finally finished the temple, except for the boss, which we are going to do in the next episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time HD. So, I'm the Sporkinator, and I will see you next time. Keep being awesome until then. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment if you were entertained, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.